Hey, what's up, pop culture fans? Welcome to my channel, Metal Elf Collectibles. I am your elf host with the most. Thank you for stopping in tonight. We are doing a review of 1971's Dirty Harry for Actionfest 2026. This is my fourth installment of Actionfest. It's a collaboration of four different channels. Oh yeah, we're doing Dirty Harry. Sorry. Four different channels, myself, Pop Culture Philosophers, Heroes for Hire Comic Club, and Fable at One Collection Down. All the month of July, we are doing different action movies, spotlighting them, and then we're just having fun reviewing them, diving deep. And yeah, we're gonna get into Dirty Harry tonight, have some fun, and I'm gonna bring out some of my panelists now. First guy I'm gonna bring out is a collaborator of Actionfest, Matt. Station.
Hello. How you doing? Station.
I'm doing well.
I forgot about this. I forgot how much how entertaining this movie is. And I'm glad to be here. I just watched it again today, and can't wait to get into it. So
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Matt. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Let's bring out our next guest. We got Jake at Hounds of Gore. What's up, Jake?
What's up, station gentlemen?
Should
Be here.
How we doing today?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me on again. This is I don't even know how many I've done so far, but happy to be back. I definitely had to get in on some Dirty Harry. It's been quite a while since I've seen this one, since I was like kind of delving into Clint Eastwood's filmography. So it's been a while, but it was good. It's good to see
Awesome. Yeah, glad to have you here. Hopefully we don't burn you out. We know you got to get up early.
And this review is sponsored by Smith & Wesson. I'm just kidding. All right.
Magnums all around, man.
That's right.
All right. Our next panelist we're going to bring to the stage is John's Comics with Friends.
Hey,
John.
Thanks for having me, Chad. I feel like now I've got to invade Matt's channel, and I'll have completed 3 of the 4 pieces of the Action Fest.
John, if you want to be on there tomorrow night, we're reviewing Iron Eagle.
Classic. That's a classic.
Happy to have you here, John, for your first appearance.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man.
You made my day. Ha!
I'm feeling lucky.
There you go.
I'm feeling lucky.
Now, do we have 5 panelists or 6? In all the confusion, I kind of lost track.
All right. Good job, Matt.
I know that was lame. I'm sorry, but I had to do it.
Oh, that was good. We'll bring out our next guest, Big Jeff at Adamantium Blade Comics. What's up, Jeff?
Let's see what you did there, Matt, and it was gold.
I try. I'll be here all week. I'm billed for bar mitzvahs and weddings, so and bachelor parties.
All right, glad to have you here, Jeff. We're going to bring out our last finalist. Yeah. Obsidian Comics Memo.
Hey.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
What's up, Memo? How you doing tonight, man?
Doing all right. It's a little hot over here right now, but it's cooling down finally.
Sweet.
Had a little problem with my internet, but I got it all fixed.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, mine was really blurry until about 15 minutes before the stream. I was getting kind of anxious. But yeah, glad to have you here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it. Now, I guess we'll get into overall thoughts. Matt, what's your overall thoughts of Dirty Harry?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts. This movie's kind of a complicated film for me. I love the action in it. I think Clint Eastwood's great in it. But we also got some great other performances in it, which we'll get into that later. I don't want to kill too much of it, but to me, this movie, like when I was watching today, and it's something I've felt before. This was like a rebuttal or rebuke to the counterculture that had become real popular in the '60s. Especially when you see the movie, it's like, it's kind of got the idea all these bleeding heart liberals are going to get us all freaking killed. and the cop's hands are tied by this stupid district attorney, which I'm sure it happens, but like, I don't know. I'll ask Jeff. I'd like to have Jeff's opinion on this. And all that evidence, no matter how he got it, I don't think he would have got bailed out. But anyway,
now we got to let people know that Jeff has a background in law enforcement.
That's what I was trying to say. I'm so used to everybody being on my channel know that, so I forget. Yeah, Jeff's he was a law enforcement for a long time.
You mean wait? This isn't a documentary. This isn't real police work.
I don't know that he would have been. I don't know that Harry Callahan would have been a detective or inspector long.
Yeah, I won't be testifying how realistic this movie is. For sure.
Yeah, but also, we got this great bad guy who's basically they're trying to do an impersonation, or I guess to the Zodiac killer, who was in the same city. They never caught the guy, although they have an idea who he was. Also, really a great use of the city in this film. Like, it's the streets of San Francisco, and I like the way it was shot. I just I don't know. It's just one of those movies where it's like, yeah, it's got probably one of the most famous quotes of all time, right? Did I fire 5 shots for 6? And and it kind of started a franchise. I don't know that really. When you see the way the movie ends, you don't really feel like they were setting a franchise up, because it kind of looks like Detective Callahan was like done at that point. But I don't know. Other than that, it's just it's just a fun action movie. It's kind of like almost like the beginning of an era of action films that were to come out, like Death Wish, some of the Chuck Norris movies like Lone Wolf McQuade that came out in the 80s. Even if you think about it, if it wasn't for movies like this, we wouldn't have Die Hard or any of these movies. I don't think Rambo. I don't think we'd have had any of these action franchises. Heat. And it's actually action done well, though. Like, you could argue, because the critics were mixed on it. Roger Ebert said it was a good movie, but it was kind of fascist. There were other people that were concerned about the message it sent, and we've kind of got that right now of a certain movie that came out by a director who's not as good as Don Siegel, though. German director. It was called Citizen Vigilante, which I don't think I could. I think this movie does it better than that one. Anyway, definitely. But like, I really get the feel like, you got the Scorpio killer's got the peace symbol on his belt buckle. He's got long hair, and like that. If you see everybody here, they kind of portray like the hippie people's all drugged out and stupid. And also, I don't know. This movie's got a lot of kind of leans into like, I don't know if I want to broach the subject here, but it kind of leans into the fact that the black, all the bad guys like are black, except for this one white guy. I don't know. I'm just saying, because it's done that a lot in a few movies. But like they did that a lot in the 70s, though. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's a product of its time, but it's blatantly racist.
Yeah, but I like the movie. Even they do that one thing. That guy goes on that little diatribe when they're talking to his partner. He hates everybody. He hates white people, black people, but he doesn't use that word. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it was part of the time, and like I wasn't trying to sound like I'm so kind of bleeding heart literal about it, but like, even though y'all know where I lean at in a lot of things, but like, I still like the movie. I know it's kind of complicated. It's kind of like one of the movies you're like, well, there is this part with it. It's the same reason we're watching a John Wayne movie. If you watch The Searchers, there's a lot of stuff in that probably would not translate to now, but it's still one of John Ford's best films. Although I don't know, I think John Ford did a better job of like addressing like John Wayne's character in that movie being a racist character. Than maybe that, but like I don't think this movie's overtly racist or anything. I'm just saying, I just think it was just some interesting choices that I might not have made if I was the director.
Well,
That's
I
all I'm
think
gonna say.
the comparison to the Searchers, I don't want to interrupt you, but like it's fair. But like John Wayne is kind of portrayed as something of a villain in that, whereas obviously Eastwood is idealized here as a hero, right?
Yeah, I think it's what I'm trying
Critical's
to
got
say,
a
but
good point. That Harry's not a racist. He hates everybody.
I'm not saying I'm not even saying he is in the movie. I'm not saying he is in the movie. I'm just saying at this time period, most of the time all the bad guys are black. Let's just be honest. All right.
Yep.
I'm not trying to say one way or the other, but and maybe I'm talking out my ass. I don't know. But still, overall, I always enjoyed this movie, and I wonder if Smith & Wesson kind of paid for a little ad space in this movie because we get a lot of. I still love it though. I feel like that's still one of the greatest lines of all time, though. You know, and I like the way in that scene where he's just so casually like eating his lunch. He's like, be sure to tell him it's in progress. The robbery's in progress, right? Then he realizes the robbery is in progress too much. He's got to go out there and do something. And we get that really cool scene, though. I think it's a really cool scene. We'll talk about style and structure later, though. But all right, I'll pass. I'm sorry. I'm rambling now.
Oh no, good points, Matt. Appreciate it. Jake, what's your overall thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, aside from certain issues, I suppose that it touches on. Overall, man, you know, it's a really good movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. Probably not since I was a older teenager, maybe when I was diving into a lot of Clint Eastwood films and kind of like finding movies for the first time, you know, and really like finding characters that I really enjoyed and then seeing what else they were in. And Clint Eastwood was definitely one of those. Funnily enough, right? I had my mom over last night. I was telling you this today. We were talking about it, and she, you know, we grilled some steaks, had a cigar, and watched Dirty Harry together. It was a good
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's a great night right there.
Epic.
I
Yeah.
was like, either we're gonna watch a horror movie or we're gonna watch Dirty Harry because I gotta watch this. By either
Cleaned all your guns.
She was down to watch Dirty Harry again. She's seen it a number of times. But yeah, it was fun watching it. You know, there's something to say about, you know, films made around that time. You know, I'm just like, I guess because I've seen so many films now that's like, you know, as soon as he's like looking around on top of the skyscraper or whatever, and I'm like, pick up that casing with a pen, pick it up with a pen, and he's like, oh, what do we got here? And I'm like, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's just it does touch a lot of different things. I like Dirty. I like Callahan's no nonsense, like attitude towards a lot of things.
Is somebody playing some video in the background? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm hearing a video or something.
I don't know, not me.
I don't hear anything.
Your bleed, some kind of bleed.
Yep, not me. But yeah, good movie, great acting. You know, I think it touches a lot of things because I think a lot of people sometimes want to take justice into their own hands, and that's kind of what we get with Dirty Harry, and just kind of that whole aspect of things. But I don't know, we can touch down into meaning and all that stuff later on. But yeah, it was a great rewatch, and I'm glad I got to see it again since I haven't seen it for a while.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
you, Matt.
I think it's you, Matt. Yeah.
How?
I don't know. Something's coming through your mic there. Maybe you're pulling from a different audio source than your headphone.
I don't think so. I'll find out.
But when you muted yourself, it definitely went away.
I muted him to see.
Oh, I know what it is.
Kinda.
I got it. I know what it is. I'll fix it right now.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I
All
had
right,
the-
John.
I had the
What's your overall thoughts?
wrong mic on.
It happens to me all the time, buddy. No, I mean, I think Matt hit a great point right off the bat, which is this is the era of tumult in the US. So like this movie is definitely at the knife's edge of kind of like politicizing, the people who were anti-war and, what was going on in Vietnam. And then the film is incredibly well crafted. It's incredibly great entertainment. Like this is a very entertaining film. It's well constructed. It's well cast. I think it has at its core why it works. I think it's a uniformity of vision, right? Everybody's on the same page, music, cinematography, performance, editing. Everybody knows what they're trying to create here, which is good entertainment, and it absolutely works. And that's why it's stood the test of time and had so many sequels and made let's be fair, Clint Eastwood was already somewhat famous at this point, but certainly cemented his fame. But then, on the other side, it's obviously incredibly like it has a very clear ideology that it can be at times like pushed to the furthest extreme, right? So many moments of just like, what it does? It reminds me of, is it Garth Ennis's Punisher, where it's like that kid is skating in the wrong spot. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna shoot that guy. That guy just littered. That guy just littered. I'm gonna put a blowtorch to that guy. He deserves
Jaywalker. I'm gonna stab that jaywalker.
It's to the extreme. It's almost like comical at points, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it entertaining, is seeing Clint Eastwood just be a complete badass, get shot in the leg with a shotgun and not even notice and just keep going. Like, it's definitely got all these fun layers, and then you dissect it and you're like, well, that's ridiculous, but actually entertaining. Like I'm here for it. So a lot of fun to rewatch, and definitely a Clint Eastwood fan. Obviously, I own this one. I busted out the old cardboard DVD for this.
You got the old Warner Brothers ones.
I do.
I love those.
Yeah, the Clint Eastwood collection is what they called this. So I got a few from the Clint Eastwood collection.
I have a lot of those. I have like Firefox and all those.
Yeah,
like that.
I got Josie Wales that way, and for sure. But a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Awesome. Great points, John. Glad to have you here. My copy was from the library.
Nice.
Yeah, so I saved myself $6 rental fee.
The library comes in clutch sometimes,
Definitely. Use your libraries, people. That's what they're there for. Yeah, please. Publicly funded, go use them.
They got tons of movies and games and all types of stuff now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and like I was telling Jeff backstage, most libraries they participate with an app called Canopy. It's Kanopy, and you get like a bunch of free rentals every month. You just got to have a library card. So another good resource. Jeff, what's your overall thoughts?
Well, I didn't see this movie till it was probably 10 plus years old. And I was still like in elementary school. And watching it recently again for the first time since then, it's like the criminal justice system for elementary school children. It's about how basic it is. Like anybody who is, I mean, you've all met this person at a party, or maybe they're a family member. The one that's like, well, I'll tell you how to clean this town up. You start putting people on the goddamn death row and fire up the electric chair. It's for those people.
Yep.
But in reality, it's goofy as hell. But that's what a movie is. Suspend your disbelief, get sucked into the story and the atmosphere, and like you guys all said, they did it well. He did it perfect, because Larry, Detective Callahan, he's beyond reproach, right? Yeah, he gets chewed on here and there and cussed at and threatened or whatever. But let's be honest, does he do what he wants to do? Yes, he does.
Yeah, and when they need dirty work, that's why they call him Dirty Harry. He does all the dirty jobs, right?
So he gets
the shit end of the stick.
I don't know if anybody's ever fired a 44 Magnum. I have. You're not going to be shooting it one-handed like that. That's just insane.
Not accurately. But
they were pulling it up that quickly. Like the thing weighs
it probably had a lower load blank in it and enable him to shoot it like that without it like just coming back and hitting him in the face. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie weapon.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Yeah.
movie weapon.
But
The,
like I
the
say,
prop hand cannon.
the whole movie, you know, I mean, would you guys agree that the actual 44 Magnum has a role in this movie?
It's a
It does.
It
character in the
could be a
movie.
character.
Yeah, it's a
It
character.
could be a character. Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely.
it's the it's kind of just this, you know, just fantasy approach to, you know, cleaning up the streets. And but they did good though, because they created that that scorpion serial killer who's sniping people. It gave you that juicy ribeye target to sink your teeth into.
Mm-hmm.
You got Callahan running around with his hand cannon. It's perfect. You get your popcorn.
Yeah. Definitely. Great points, Jeff. Memo, Obsidian Comics. What's your overall thoughts?
Well, this movie first of all came out in '71. I wasn't even born yet.
Same.
So I actually watched it for the first time today.
Whoa.
So yeah, I always wondered, I don't know if you guys ever watched Bruce Almighty,
Oh yeah.
where his face changes to Clint Eastwood, and I was like, what is that from? Now I know where it's from. Now where I know where the famous sayings, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Now I know where it comes from. But looking at it as in trying to keep my mindset as how movies were made back then to now. Overall, I think it was a good movie. I mean, the action was ongoing, you know. The music, I thought it was kind of funny because it was like basically like a drum set and a little bit of tense music.
It's like jazz. It's like a little cool jazz, you know, smooth jazz.
Yeah.
So, and then to look at what San Francisco looked like in '71,
Yeah.
that is crazy because I'm from the Bay Area. So, like, to see what it looks like now compared to back then, oh my God, it's a big difference.
Oh, I got a question. What football field is that he's on when he goes after him? Is that where Oakland
That
plays
has to
at?
be Candlestick. I'm guessing it's Candlestick.
All right.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, Candlestick is gone.
I'll Google it. I want to see for sure.
I don't know if don't quote me, but I don't know if it's Candlestick or not, but that's the last stadium that I know Frisco had that it's no longer there, but yeah. Rose Bowl. Oh, there you go. Easy said it was Rose
That's
Bowl.
in Pasadena. They might have filmed it there.
It's in Pasadena.
But overall, I thought it was good. It was a little bit cheesy here and there.
It says it's in Keyser Stadium in Frederick Street in Golden Gate Park.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Huh. So yeah. So that's my overall thoughts of the movie. I mean, Clint Eastwood, he's I don't know how you can shoot that gun with one hand.
No.
And to be that accurate, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was overall. I thought it was decent.
Awesome. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Your first watch, so glad to have you here. My overall thoughts, let me see here. First time I watched this was probably like 18, 19. I had seen other Clint Eastwood stuff, mostly like spaghetti westerns, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, all that great stuff. Outlaw Josie Wales, all that. I got a little bit older and watched this, and this is, you know, a whole different ball game. Like, this is dark and gritty and dangerous. There's hand cannons and all sorts of crime and yeah, all sorts of stuff. But I've not watched it probably since then, and I forgot a whole bunch of this stuff. And on the rewatch today, I loved it. The cinematography, and we'll get into all that. But there's so many great performances in this. The way it looks, the music, the sound, just like the sound of the cars and the guns, and like they don't make movies like this anymore. That Panavision with Technicolor and those huge wide spreads and all that. I don't know. I had a lot of fun rewatching it, and as soon as it was done, I wanted to watch it again. Like,
it's very entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, on lots of different levels. So yeah, glad to be into that. Now I think we'll move on to the cast. There's a lot of great performances in here. I mean, the star is obviously Clint Eastwood, um, but there's many great actors that have been in a lot of different things. Um, let's go, Matt. What's a performance you'd like to highlight?
Well, I want to talk about Andy Robinson. He plays Charles Davis, the Scorpio killer.
Okay.
Just good at playing a lunatic psycho. And actually, he got death threats after this movie came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was typecast a lot. If you've seen a series in the 80s or 70s, like Streets of San Francisco, or like one of those shows, or like he was always a heavy. He always played a heavy. But he's got that kind of face, like, kind of like Bruce Dern. Bruce Dern kind of had that kind of distinction. Ever since he shot John Wayne in the back in the Cowboys, he was a bad guy in like everything he did. But he did good with it. I mean, it might have hurt his career, like John were talking about earlier backstage. But like, he's also Andy Robinson was Garrick on Deep Space Nine, which is one of my favorite Star Trek shows of all time. And I just love the relationship between him and Dr. Bashir. But I know we're not here to talk about Deep Space Nine.
No, but it's nice to know that somebody can recover from such a typecasting performance that overshadows so much. Because I mentioned to you the actor who plays Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs, who struggled for a long time to find a new way to be in cinema until he got the show Monk and was able to play the boss on Monk. But I think it's the same kind of like, it's such a creepy performance in both cases, right?
And I gotta say, he was really good at walking with a limp.
Oh man,
in this movie, like he's like trying to, like he figured out how to run, kind of hopscotch when he was trying to run, but he still never forgot that leg was hurt. Another good actor was good at that was the guy that played on Gunsmoke. What was his name? He played the deputy, and he had a bad leg, but he didn't really have a bad leg. So like, I don't know if he did mention on that, but obviously this character is a take on the real life Zodiac killer. And what's really great about it is if you want a good bad guy like this, it's just like you want somebody that's irredeemable, that you don't feel sorry for, even when. And yes, okay, he was technically, Inspector Callahan broke his civil rights by torturing him, but you didn't feel the least bit bad for him because of what he'd done. This guy's killing children, burying women alive. You're like, and they do a great job of it too. The way that they do this is because it makes you want to root, like, no matter how far the police are like breaking the law or whatever and enforcing the law, you're like, pour it to him. This guy's a piece of crap. He's a scumbag. And
Can I ask a question about that scene though, when he's breaking his civil rights or whatever? Like, you see Callahan break so many laws, right? Like he doesn't care, right? Who is ratting on him that he tortured this guy?
I don't know,
because there's no way Harry's gonna confess that he tortured
and
this
there's
guy.
No way the guy that was with him.
So it's Harry's word versus the serial killer.
Yeah,
with
I don't
evidence
get that
found
part
at his
either.
house.
I don't get that part either because, like,
how does he get off? Like, who's on the side of the killer saying, "Well, Harry broke his rights"? Like, who's telling on Harry?
Like, and like I thought that too because, like, the guy that's with Harry, there's only two of them at the stadium. Who told him that he kicked in the door without a search warrant? He could have just said, "Well, we found the gun laying on the football field."
Because Harry is clearly not above bending the rules. I just don't understand how they couldn't get this to stick. Who is telling on Harry?
That's a good question.
That's a good point. He has a great defense attorney.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm not saying it ruins the movie for me, but it did this time through make me go like,
this guy's got OJ's
who's there? Who has the balls?
OJ's lawyer.
Who's got the balls to rat on Harry Callahan in that moment? I'm just like, I see him stepping on that guy's leg in the football field, and I'm like, hey, buddy, you do what you got to do.
Another thing I like about it, I'm a fan of wrestling, and I kind of saw a little bit of the chicken shit heel, as they call it. Like the guy that's like, he's got it touch, like Ric Flair or somebody. He's good at jumping somebody from behind and putting the boots to him, but as soon as they turn the tables on him, he's in the corner of the turnbuckle going, "Oh no, 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 no!" And this is like that guy. It's just like that. He plays it perfect. Like, this guy's a little slime ball. He picks on women and children, and I don't know, and like he does a good job of getting his killer because, like they say, like what's he doing this? No, because he loves doing it. This guy just enjoys hurting people. And so it makes it more fun when Clint Eastwood kind of hurts him. Because you kind of like, I don't know, I've seen movies like this, like it's not the only movie that's done this to me, like where I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad they killed that guy. That guy
Oh,
deserved
gosh,
to go. He's got to go. Like there's no way about it. Like this guy had to go. But yeah, I really like his performance. And of course, I just want to say real quick, because I know somebody's going to pick Eastwood. And people always, they kind of criticize John Bernthal for this now, playing the same person. But Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds did it to perfection. They were always the same person in every movie, and I loved it. But I didn't mean to pick another character. I know everybody's. I didn't want to.
Man.
That's all I wanted to say about it, because I figured it would go. It should need to go out saying that Clint Eastwood is a national treasure. So there we go. All right.
Yeah. Great points, Matt. Great pick. Yeah, I agree with you. He did a great job on that. Like different facets of the character, really. Like he really ratchets up like the madness in certain parts, and then like you say, he's like a weasel in others. Like when they're up at the park at the cross, and he bashes Callahan's head against there, and he's just giving it to him, right, just beating the crap out of him. And then he gets stuck in the leg with the knife, and he just squeals like a fucking pig. Just squeals like a little bitch.
Yeah.
That noise is so burned into my brain.
Yes.
Chad, I forgot something. The
Yeah.
Actionfest total on-screen body count. This movie's kind of light, but it's got about 7 on-screen deaths in it. That brings our total to 1,250 for the whole month. And it's going to get worse than that, because we got John Wick franchise and the franchise on this list. And that's Kill Bill. And we got Kill Bill.
2 Kill Bills.
Yeah, we got 2 Kill Bills. So, all right. Sorry.
You think we'll hit the 2K?
Oh, yeah. I already know. I've already done all the tabulating. I'm just not going to tell you, but I will give you a hint. In one of the 4 Expendables movies, over 500 people get killed in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Oh
okay, well that makes it exciting in itself. All right, great picks, Matt. Jake, is there a performance you'd like to highlight?
I mean, I would have chosen Andrew as well. But I mean, you brought up a point for him, just like that, like I don't know. I feel like a little bit of overacting, like that part where he gets stabbed is just like hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. He just plays this character that you really want to hate. You know what I mean? And like when people are able to do that, even though it may affect their careers, like they're doing a fucking good job. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people like that, at least from shows that I've watched and stuff like that, where it's just like, like I don't hate the actor, but it like almost crosses that line to where like I hate the actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you can't separate the art and the artist, right?
But like they're that good. Yeah, man. It's tough to choose, another actor. I don't know. I mean, John Vernon sticks out to me a little bit. I like I like a little bit of his filmography. He's been in a good amount of movies.
Animal House, baby.
Animal House, yeah.
Dean Wormer.
And he was in Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah, he was in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
That was funny. He was so funny in that movie.
Yeah.
Another thing,
I think it's like funny. He just like plays this like in this movie, just like almost like a I don't know how to say it. Not like a prop or something, but like almost like a theater kind of way of playing like the mayor of a city, what I mean? Like, very like proper, and this man will not be molested, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I love that.
You know what I mean? You have our word.
A little bit different language back then.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like a Batman 66 situation, like, and it cuts to the mayor.
Yeah. Well, you'll notice with like John Byrne and the black guy that plays the bank robber that survives, when he's like, "You feel lucky, punk."
Yeah.
These guys are people that Eastwood in his movies, like you see these guys show up over and over, like John Byrne and all these actors. It's if you really watch.
Yeah, I mean, almost like it's irritating me that I can't figure out what I want to say, but
I was gonna
I mean,
sorry. I love this pick. It's one of my favorites in the movie too. For those that have never seen Naked Gun, the scene in this when they spoof the scene perfectly, but in the scene in this when he's like, "Hey, Callahan, I don't want any trouble like we had on the East Side last year," and he's like, and Callahan gets to do his whole, well, if I see a guy chasing a woman with a knife and a heart on, they copy it in Naked Gun so well, where the guy says, "Hey, Drebin, I don't want any problem like we had on the West Side." And he's like,
yeah.
Well, if I see someone trying to stab someone in public, I shoot the bastard. She's like, "It was Shakespeare in the Park. You killed 3 actors." Like, it's such a perfect spoof of the scene. Like, it is literally almost the same dialogue. They just changed the ending. But it works so well. But it's to your point, like, I think Vernon is like, he's right on the edge of caricature, right? It's right on the edge of like spoofing this that makes it so easily for someone like Leslie Nielsen to come in and just like flip it on its head.
Which is hilarious because Naked Gun, I just bought it was like a 3-pack of all the movies. That's like another like I love Leslie Nielsen. That kind of stuff is
so
like
good, man.
So good for me. But yeah, I mean that perfect word, John. That was the word I was looking for. Just like a caricature of like a mayor of a famous city, like, and he plays it really well. But aside from like the major characters, like he always sticks out to me just because I've seen him around so many times, and I do enjoy him in a lot of his other films.
Mm-hmm.
Great pick.
Yeah, great pick, definitely. And that voice. Like, that dude needs to narrate books. I could listen to him talk like all day long.
He's got a great voice.
Great voice.
He's probably a good Shakespearean actor, I bet you.
Oh, I bet. John, what's a performance you'd like to highlight?
I mean, obviously nobody's done Eastwood or his partner. There's a lot of great character actors and great leads in this. But I'm gonna go way off the reservation on this one. There's a scene in this movie. This actor's in one scene. And yet every time I watch it, I remember it because the scene has a lot of great little moments. It's the black doctor who helps him when he's got to get like his pants cut open and he refuses to cut his pants.
Yeah.
He like, takes his pants off. So the actor's name is Mark Hertzens. I looked it up. What I love about the scene is, firstly, he accidentally makes a comment like, "Hey, how's your wife?" And then remembers that Callahan's wife is dead, and you get this like sense that they are friendly, that they know each other.
Yeah.
And he feels like he stepped over a line. You get this fun, like, weighted moment. And it's immediately after he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut your pants off." And Callahan's like, "No, these pants cost me $5. I'm not gonna waste $5. I'm gonna take these pants off. It's worth a little pain." And you get a character moment on 2 different sides here where you have this rapport of like, clearly this guy has stitched up Harry a crap ton of times. They don't have to say it. It's just built into this light, familiar dialogue between these 2 actors.
Look away if you need to.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Callahan says something like, for $10 they can hurt. Like, it's like as if he's gonna wear these pants again. They've got blood and holes in them. Like, you're gonna wear these pants again? Like,
he's like, they're $29.95. You're not cutting them. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So I just love the police doctor who patches him up in that scene. I think it's again, it's one of those times when you have an actor who has one scene in a movie, but it's really memorable for what it does, both for the characters and for the story. And so I remember the first time I watched, I was like, "Ooh, what a cool little moment that we got here between these guys." And then the gaffe of like, "Oh, how's what's your wife going to say about that?" And then he realizes, "Oh, crap, his wife's dead." I just
he doesn't even really pause either. It's like almost immediately like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
Yeah. And Harry Harry freezes, and they have a look between each other that I think is nicely weighted. And we still don't know officially what happened to the wife, but like it's that like setup that like, you know, Harry is in something of a dark place right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we find out later when he talks to Chico's wife.
Yeah.
What happened to her? But yeah.
So there's a random little one that I think maybe doesn't get enough love.
I like it, John. That is a great
good pick.
scene. Yeah, really good pick. That's a great scene. It does provide that history without the history. Like you can tell it's almost like a procedure. Like they've been through it before, like you're saying. They have a rapport, you know. Just the look on his face, like there's a certain like he's concerned about him, but he knows him and it's not gonna do any good anyways. Kind of thing. Just that
100%.
look on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great pick, John. Jeff, what's one you'd like to pick?
I was gonna try and pick a more obscure one too, but it would be disingenuous. I gotta go with Matt's choice too. Andy Robinson, is that his name? Yeah. Andy Robinson. Like all the stuff that John said and Matt both said, they pretty much all the stuff that I was kind of gonna say the same things. But like I said, this thing it's like they're serving him up in the movie like a meatball. You know, it's really, really genius in its basicness, I guess. You got this guy and he does the job well. Like John said, he had trouble getting different types of parts because once you play this Scorpio guy, it's tough. But they serve him up on a tee for Babe Ruth to go out there and just swing the bat, and Babe Ruth obviously is Detective Callahan. So they have him doing all these repugnant, disgusting things to make him, to dehumanize him and want to create that base aggression in you, and you just want to see him suffer. You want to see him suffer before he goes. And that's what they did with him, and he did it. He served it up. But it'll be short and sweet because I can't really add to what's already been said. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Robinson.
You know what? A great scene. I'd love, and maybe Jeff, you want to chime in on it, is when he pays the guy to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
What a great character moment it is for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like I like when he's talking to the guy in the liquor store. He goes, "I heard you got robbed 14 times." And he goes, "Yeah, well, the last 3 they went out on slabs." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then dude jumps right over the counter and just beans him with that Seagram's bottle. I was like, "Geez."
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know. We will get into it now, but like that, even that kind of like was a little bit weird to me. Like he sets up getting beat up to the point, and then he does this press release, and then he ends up going on kind of a petty crime spree, and then the whole. I was like, what was the point of that if he's just gonna go psycho anyways?
I think he just wanted to take the guy's gun. I think so he could kidnap via bus. I don't know.
I mean, if we really want to poke holes in this movie, we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna need a lot of fingers in the dam here. The idea that he has all these hostages, yet the second Callahan jumps on the roof, he's like, "I got to get away from this bus," and he just starts running. Like you got the hostages, man. They're right there in the bus with you. What are you running from the bus?
He has to go find a kid that's fishing.
Yeah, I got to go find another hostage. There's got to be another hostage in this quarry, right? Yeah, this is where I find another hostage. I'll leave the bus.
Suspended disbelief.
He was hobbling pretty quick at that point.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to the details. Look at this big gun.
Well, like when I was talking about people paying too close attention to details, I always think of that quote, the thing that Mark Hamill said about Star Wars when they got out of the trash compactor scene. He's like, he told Harrison Ford and George Lucas, "Wait a minute, shouldn't our hair still be wet because we just got out of the trash compactor?" And Harrison Ford says, "It's not that kind of movie, kid. If they're looking at your hair, we're in big trouble."
Yeah, good point. Memo, Obsidian Comics. What's a character you'd like to highlight?
Everybody pretty much took all the good ones. So I'm just gonna highlight that kid that got slapped in the bus. That kid really looked like he was terrified and started
Yeah.
singing. The way he started, he's like slapped him and he's like, start singing. He really actually looked like he was about to like literally cry and like was singing with a trembling voice. I was like, holy shit, that kid acted that part pretty good.
He did.
So I mean, besides
Definitely.
that, everybody else got it. I mean, that Scorpion guy, the killer.
Nobody's done Clint Eastwood. You could chat up the man.
I feel like Clint Eastwood. It's just saying his name is enough said. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the Scorpion guy, he played that pretty well too. His role. Not only that, to me, he has a face like you just want to punch. So like that, it just suited him. The whole role just suited him. Like even when he was getting his ass kicked by that black guy that he paid.
Yeah, just paying people to punch him in the face.
Yeah, but
How do I get that job? $200 for a couple minutes, and I get to beat the shit out of somebody? Sign
Sure
me
you
up.
want all of it?
Well, and it's that guy
Every
you get to
penny.
beat up. You get to beat up that guy.
Yeah, I'll do that for free.
Hell, that was like, I mean,
Yeah.
$200. I'll do that for half price.
Yeah.
right.
This one's for free on the house.
Oh yeah, he said this one's on the house. He kicked the crap out of him again. I was like,
Get the fuck
damn.
out of here.
You want
I think you
every
could've-
penny of it.
I mean, like, is there like, where do you look that up at? Do you look at the want ads for a guy to beat the shit out of you for $200?
You probably just walked up to some random guy on the street.
And the dude's like, where you followed, like, you know, beating people up for money is like.
Like, this guy's got like
real big
a
truck.
business up where he hangs a shingle
You're paying me to
outside.
do this. What do you mean?
ass whoopings, $200.
Yeah.
He put up a little
Found a
column
real
in the newspaper
good,
looking for
like,
someone to beat my ass.
pocket of stuff to work on. You know what I mean? He doesn't want anybody else doing the same shit.
Yeah, Craigslist nowadays.
Right.
See if we can find a
He put a newspaper ad up.
It's a
Yeah.
little weirder now, though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Couldn't he just
Weird.
beat himself up?
Mhm.
I
It's kind of hard to
suppose.
punch yourself that hard.
Yeah, to get that messed up.
I don't
He
know.
could,
Ed
like,
Norton
run
did it in
himself.
Fight Club. He was like,
I don't know, because it looked like when he was getting beat up, it looked like his skin was like ripping off his face, didn't it?
yeah.
I was like, damn, that dude's hitting him really fucking hard.
Yeah, he was like swelled up to the point where it was like his face was starting to rip.
That
was
first time he
crazy.
saw his face, he looked gnarly.
I mean, was he want to get beat up or get permanent brain damage? That's what I want
Exactly.
to know.
That's what I was thinking. Like, and he was taking
Every penny.
shot after shot, full force to the head.
Yes.
Like multiple shots. He would definitely be in the hospital. That was
Yeah.
crazy. There were a few other ones I'd like to highlight. Chico, Rennie Santoni,
Yeah.
Callahan's partner.
Another
I-
interesting character actor. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job. Both with, at times he kind of had Callahan's back, showing the brass balls to the chief, talking back a little bit, and then after he catches some lead, him and his wife kind of decide, maybe I'm gonna use that teaching degree I got.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really good job.
Also, he was also in Cobra. Also,
Oh,
was-
really?
he was Marion Cobretti's partner.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. And then, of course, we got to talk about Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry.
You gotta.
I think Matt said it. Like, Clint Eastwood plays Clint Eastwood, but he does this so great. Like, just that stoic intensity. And then there's parts where like he looks gleeful, right, when he's saying those lines and he's about to put a hole in someone. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's enjoying that shit. Like, and I dig that because like Matt was saying, you are in a way rooting for that guy to die. Like, he is just an evil piece of shit. You want him gone. Like, and if you got to torture him to find out where the girl's been buried alive,
Well, it's also like in John Wick, once that kid kills that, when that guy's son kills that dog, you're like, you can't wait to see him get it.
Yeah.
yeah. There's just certain things you can't come back from.
Yeah.
When he was asking, like, "Oh, where is she?" I was like, I was waiting for that Batman voice. Where is she? That's what I was waiting for. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, I thought they set him up in multiple situations that showed how dirty Harry was, right? Like the jumper that's gonna jump off the building, and he just like punches him in the face and knocks him out.
Which they basically ripped off in Lethal Weapon for Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah, almost the same scene. It's almost the same scene,
right?
Except he pushes him off onto the air thing or whatever, the air cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. I just want your name because they're not going to be able to identify you. You're just going to be flat on the ground, you know?
Well, I thought that too, John. I said, wait a minute, I've seen this before in another movie. I'm like, oh, Lethal Weapon ripped this off. Okay.
Lethal Weapon stole it. Yeah, Shane Black stole it.
And also, they kind of made Dirty Harry look like a peeping Tom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like I deserve this.
What they call her? Hot
Harriet or something? Yeah, in the beginning, they caught him looking through there, and they're like, "Oh, Hot Mary," but Hot Mary wasn't really Hot Mary, if you're asking me. But
maybe the winos in the street.
Yeah, but then the part where they're on the building, and then they got the binoculars, then he sees that naked girl, and he's just like, "Oh yeah." You know what I mean?
For 1971, there's a lot of like nudity in this movie.
Yeah. If you're gonna go R-rated, just go all the way.
Exactly. I just thought it was funny how they called him a peeping Tom, and then he continued to be a peeping Tom.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I'm surprised there were that many people standing outside her window waiting their turn. That they're like, "Hey, this guy's hogging the turn. Everybody beat this guy."
What I'm curious about is the one girl he's watching when they're like waiting for the guy to they're trying to lure him into a trap, right? They're going to, and he's got his rifle and he's waiting on that guy. It's like he's checking this one girl. She walks out of her room. She's got her underwear on. She's like, "Oh wait, I still got clothes on." She walks back in there, comes back out nude, and then she answers the door nude. I'm like, "What kind of party are we? What kind of party is this?"
It's a 70s swinging sex party, baby.
Yeah,
you got the mojo.
And it was two women, I believe, wasn't it? Like it was a naked woman
and a man. It was a woman and a man. I think.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It was a threesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That was quite odd. And then like I don't even know how to put it. Like he just blatantly kind of does not give a shit when the bank robbery's going on. Like he tells the chef, like, "Hey, call and say it's a 211 in progress. Make sure you say in progress." And he wasn't really gonna do anything until he heard the alarm, and then he goes out and just starts blasting people, which was awesome.
He was on break, man. Okay, you know.
Yeah. But dude, it set up a great scene. I mean, he's still got food in his mouth, mawing on the shit and blasting bad guys.
Yeah, I know.
It was great. Yeah. All right, now we got through the cast. How about we talk about the style and structure? So, want to talk about the writing, the story, the pace, structure, music, cinematography, and I think I'll go backwards and start with Obsidian Man.
It was a well thought out story, you could say. You know, serial killer on the loose, typical cop. You know, trying to get that one person, making a couple of mistakes on the way, hurting a lot of people. I thought the music was kind of funny because it was like a drum set and like tense music. Besides that, I mean, structure, I think it was well played out. I mean, can't really complain about anything. On like people, especially him using that gun. I can't complain that he shot 20 bullets when he was only like 6 bullets. You know, so he played that part pretty well. The whole storyline, it was good. I thought I liked it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay, great points, man. Jeff, what do you think of the style and structure?
I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if I'd call it neo noir. I don't know. It seems pretty basic. they serve up the character introductions, and then they build out Scorpio's, repugnance. They just show him, incident after incident that's, completely antisocial. Every soft spot that, majority of people go, hey, that's a no. They give him with the, cream on top, and he carries it out to where you just absolutely, he has no redemptive qualities whatsoever. And then they've already showed who Callahan is, and they turn him loose, and the crowd goes, yay. So to me, it's a pretty basic formula, but when done well, basic works. So I think that's how I see it.
Well, and this was a lot of the precursor for a lot of that kind of what we now would call typical action trope kind of stuff. I feel like this was a precursor to a lot of those stylistic choices,
Yeah.
I think they took like cop shows from the 60s, the 50s and 60s, and then just kind of turned it on its head and went vigilante with it.
Yeah,
this is like the cop procedural.
It's that escapism fantasy that a lot of people would somewhat identify with, because in the real world, the criminal justice system is very flawed. It's very slow sometimes, and
super slow.
If you're a person that's a direct victim of really horrible crime like that, it's hard to feel like justice is ever really served, to be honest.
Well, yeah, this movie's kind of like if Joe Friday just decided to start shooting shooting suspects,
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Was that it, Jeff?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great points. John, on to you.
I mean, I love the photography choices they make. I think there's a lot of really cool kind of like wide shots that they do that I think kind of blow my mind. I love the helicopter shot when he's standing on the guy's leg and it backs up away from the football field where he's just like standing on that guy's leg and just pushing down on it. That shot from above when he's at the statue and Scorpio's coming up behind him. They do some of these really interesting camera angles that feel almost voyeuristic, right? Because you just don't know where the bad guy is. You don't know where the killer is, or he's looking through a scope, or they're looking through a scope trying to catch him. Yeah. There's a lot of that. And again, of course, that adds to the whole peeping Tom looking kind of through the windows thing, right? I think there's a lot of times where the camera feels like it's putting us in an uncomfortable place, whether that's like on the edge of our seats, like we're going to fall, or we're overhead looking at something, or where we're like right in the bushes looking at what's going on. I think there's some fun stylistic choices going on there. And then it's, it may just be that the visual transfer is not so great, but it's super dark. Like the shadows and the lighting is really minimal.
Especially when he's in the park, I noticed it's really dark.
When he's got to run across the city, there's so many times when all I see is the damn yellow bag. Like I'm just trying to track where he's at. And it gives it this sense of just like, I can't see what's going on, which adds this tension level. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of really cool visual choices that they're doing with the camera that I think really add a sense of suspense and excitement to kind of what's going on. There's very few sequences except for the bus, maybe at the end, or the bank heist, that are just really clearly well lit. And I think the rest of it has this kind of like, I can't quite see what's going on. Something's over there. What's around the corner? I can hear stuff,
Yeah, when they were looking for him, like running across the street in the middle of the dark, I felt like I was part of it. I was like, dude, where is this dude? I was like,
he's got to go through that tunnel, and they try to like hold him up, but all I see is the yellow bag. Like I just can't quite.
I'm gonna tell you, I saw that tunnel. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'd walk through that at night.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
On San Fran.
Yeah, it'll be almost completely blacked out, and then you'll just see like a sliver of light. Like there were several scenes where it's just like a blank screen for like a second and a half or so. Yeah. There's nothing. It's just black. And to me, I think the scenes that were lit very, very well, right, were with other people. And the scenes that were very dark were usually kind of just following Callahan. And I kind of equated that almost to like, it's his, I don't want to say point of view, but like the whole movie is kind of filtered through his ideology, the way he's looking at the city. Like it almost makes me think like,
Scorpio's view, right? Both of them have this kind of perverse view of the city where they're not in love with this place. Like, right? I don't think Callahan or Scorpio like the city all that much. I think Callahan might be feeling like it's gotten way too liberal for him, and Scorpio feels like, this is his hunting ground and he doesn't like have affection for his prey, right? So they both, I think, have this kind of cynical view of the place where they're living, and that comes across for them.
Yeah, Scorpio doesn't even address anyone. He just addresses the city itself.
Yeah, even in the letters to the newspaper, it's San Francisco has done me wrong for the last time. So that's a great point.
Who hurt you, Scorpio?
both characters want to dole out the punishment.
Yeah, for sure.
Jake, what do you think? Style and structure.
Yeah, I love the style, man. It's it's a gritty cop movie. To its core for me. I agree with John. Like I love the helicopter views, like even and the wide shots. Like from like even in the beginning, like on the skyscraper looking down to the crime scene where she first got sniped, those type shots. Even you even get a big wide shot at the very end, right? When he's throwing his badge away. I love that. The structure is good. I don't want to say that it's how long? It's like an hour and 50-ish, 45 minutes.
Yeah, 103 minutes.
Yeah. It's got maybe like one or two parts that kind of lag for me, and maybe I don't know why. That's mainly, I think, just can't remember. Probably like when he's just like going to and fro, kind of stuff. Just like drags just a little bit for me. But I think it sets it up, great. The structure throughout the whole film has its place. And it has a payoff at the end. Music's great. I can never really complain about the scores from back then. I think it does its job. Does its job well. It amps it up when it needs to amp up, and when I don't need to hear it, I don't hear it. You know what I mean? But overall, yeah, I definitely dig it. I find it funny, like when Jeff, it kind of does remind me of like a noir at points where it does get really dark, But overall, that's kind of my thoughts.
I was gonna say to the idea that like there's the slower spots, like I forgot that it's almost like the climax happens in the middle of the movie with the like the race through the city and capturing him and figuring out who the killer is. And then it's like it does kind of slow down for the ending. Obviously, it ramps back up to the big repeat of the line and killing the villain, but like nothing reaches the same level of pace and tension as that like hustle through the city and chasing him down through the football stadium. Like I feel like nothing can get back to that level of climax, and then it's hard for it to. The rest of the movie does slog a little bit.
Yeah.
I think there's a few different points where it's a bit of a roller coaster, like when they're setting up kind of Harry's character, right, with the jumper and the bank robbery. Like that's very, very exciting, and then you get a lull after where he's just kind of going through the police station and talking to people, and so I can definitely see that. That's some good points, Jake. Matt, what do you think of the style and structure?
As far as the music, it kind of reminds me of a couple other police movies that came out before this. One, namely Bullet with Steve McQueen, which is if you've never seen Bullet, I highly suggest watch it. Just if not for anything, just the car chase scene.
Chase, yep.
71 Mustang. It's just badass. or the 70 Mustang, I think, or 60. It was something. It was a 69 or something. All right, it's actually the one Eleanor is what they call it.
Yeah, Eleanor. Yep,
it's the same. It's the same one. And also the detective, the Frank Sinatra film, The Detective, which they're more procedural films. Like this one's got the cop procedural thing in it, but it's like I said, it's like if on Dragnet, Joe Friday just decided to start shooting all the suspects. And like what's cool is though they set it up like we set it up with a. They have an interesting shot where they show all the fallen officers who've died in the line of duty, and then we go right to Scorpio, I think, and we get a little glimpse of Callahan doing some detective work. He finds out where the vantage point of the shooter was at and all that, and he does follow some procedure. He doesn't touch the shell casing. He picks it up with a pin and he puts it in a bag. But then it kind of goes off the rail. When it gets to the bank robbery thing, it kind of goes in another direction. You know, it's like instead of just like a guy, it's like, well, they are hunting a killer, but like they kind of just show that scene and the jumper scene, so you can get in the mind of Detective Callahan what kind of cop he is. And he's a no nonsense guy. Obviously, it's set up really quick that this guy is not going to take no crap from anybody. But also, like we were saying earlier, and I said it earlier, this is basically the first one. If you think about it, like this guy was the cop. You know how the trailer used to be. He was a cop that didn't play by the rules. You know, so like, and then after this, we get all this stuff. Not just cops. Like even like the Death Wish. Without this movie, there would be no Death Wish movies. There would be no Die Hard. There would be no Lethal Weapon. None of these police movies, like where you got the lone cop decide he's going to take the law in his own hands because the law is just not working no more, you know. Yeah. And also, it's interesting enough, it kind of parallels a lot of what he'd done before as like the man with no name. You know, the guy that just don't take no crap from nobody, except he was on the other side of the law usually in those films. Well, he was a bounty hunter and I think a few dollars more. But yeah, so it's kind of got that Western thing to it, the lone gunman, right? He's the only guy that can stop this guy. So, and like, as much as like, and also I love the way they play it, like his character up by like, even the mayor knows, like the mayor and his lieutenant, they don't like the way he does things, but they always ask him to do things because they know he'll get the job done one way or another. And it's kind of like, he'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. That's kind of a rule of thumb for Harry Callahan. And, this is it's actually, you know, it's a brilliant setup. Like, I don't think that they actually expected to have a sequel because if you watch the end scene, I forgot about that. After he gets rid of the Scorpio guy, he falls in the water.
Throws his badge.
He looks at his badge and takes it out of the wallet and just tosses it. And you think, well, that's it. He's done being a police officer, you know.
Not like he was following the rules anyway. I mean, what's that?
I don't matter.
You know?
I don't get that either. And like, also again, like John said earlier, it's his word against his. Like, and obviously, even if there wasn't his word, at least at the end of it, that was like a justified shooting. The guy was reaching for a gun, even though he was taunting him to pick the gun up. You know, but yeah, and I think also if we're talking about the political, like I know somebody in the chat said earlier Don Siegel was a liberal, but like I don't think whoever wrote the screenplay was. I don't think
the writers
was. And it's kind of like this narrative we always have, like okay, which is it's not unnecessarily untrue. You know, crime in the big cities is out of control. The system doesn't work. Although I think they kind of exaggerate how much the system doesn't work in this film because I still like again what John said, like it's his word against the suspect's word that he tortured it. There's nobody there. It's his word against the suspect's word that he found the gun in his apartment. So like if he was going to break that rule, why wouldn't he just like, no, I kicked it. I can't imagine him just be like, no, he tell this friend, I kicked the door in and I didn't have a search warrant. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, I'm just saying in this movie though, the system doesn't work at all. Like we need to do away with these stupid district attorneys. They're just in the way. It's too much red tape for this. You know, you just need to like let Officer Callahan loose. But if we let every police officer act like this, it would be I don't know, man. I don't think it would be a good thing. And like, I'm sure Jeff could speak on it more as a police officer. Yeah, he was in the important. And also
Pretty
another thing I
obvious.
noticed about the movie is a theme in all these movies, even though they don't always die, it does not pay to be Clint Eastwood's partner, the same as it doesn't pay to be Charles Bronson's girlfriend in a Death Wish movie.
Yeah, that's a great
Because they're
point.
all going to get killed or maimed or injured or worse. I don't know if there's worse, but you know what I mean. They're going to get assaulted. So it's I don't know. It's an interesting take on the police, and it was like the beginning of a genre, and I don't even know if they realized it at the time.
Yeah, great points, Matt. Great points. So for me, first I wanted to show this to you guys. You mentioned Bullet, which I almost I have yet to put this together, but
Awesome, dude.
That's dope.
yeah, yeah. So I got to put that together one of these days. But I actually almost picked that as one of them, one of my movies. So maybe next year if we do Actionfest again. I'll get everybody back here. All right. Yeah, Bullet is great. Definitely check that out. Best car chase scene ever. Everybody raves about the French Connection, which is great, but you definitely need to see Bullet.
There would be no French Connection car chase about that car chase, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, damn straight. So for me, style and structure, I thought the structure was pretty tight. Like you said, well, we discussed there's a bit of a roller coaster at points. Like there's some big things going on, and then a few lulls here and there. But at no point was I like watching the clock or like, oh, when's this gonna get over? Nothing like that. As soon as it was done, I wanted to watch it again. That's how much I enjoyed it. I thought the music was on point. It added emotional weight. Sometimes it was a little bit cheesy. Yeah, it's like kind of a spooky, tense scene, and it didn't match in a few places, but for the most part, I thought it was really good. Like the end scene where they're panning out, it's got kind of that like sad music going on. That was really good. To me, the cinematography is the high point of this, besides the performances. Like John was saying, Jake and everybody has pointed it out. Just amazing to me. There's so many different types of like film tricks, whether it's like kind of that fade in and out of like the transposing from one scene to another, where it's like fading into something else. The use of like blackout and contrast, and it gives the movie just this like kind of a nightmare feel, right? Like you guys were saying, that neo noir feel to it. I was so impressed. I went and looked up who the cinematographer was, and it is Bruce Surtees. He also did Beverly Hills Cop, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Firefox. He's got 57 credits as cinematographer. Wow. Yeah, he has done a ton of stuff. Notably from me, The Substitute,
nice.
The Crush from '93. Let's see what else. If it will load.
Rush was good.
Yeah.
That's I think it's one of Jason Patrick. I think it's one of his best films. Yeah. And you get Greg Allman is in it, which I thought was the bad guy. Also, hey Chad, I wanted to point out something I forgot. When he's walking down the street to go to the diner to get a hot dog, if you look at the theater on the marquee, the movie playing is "Play Misty for Me," which is another Clint Eastwood movie. Which is a good movie. If you've never seen it, it's a good movie.
It's the first movie he directed.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, he's done a ton of stuff. That's not loading up for me, but yeah, 57 credits and a lot of things that other people have seen. Yeah, just great work on the cinematography for sure. Now that we went through that, let's go into the themes with this. What are the themes of Dirty Harry? What's it saying to you, Matt?
Oh, the theme. Don't mess with Dirty Harry. Well, the theme is it's obviously got, like what I said earlier, it's definitely got some right wing themes to it. A lot of critics, that even the critics that liked it thought it was a little bit fascistic in certain ways, but everybody that reviewed it, even like when Roger Ebert said it felt like a little bit of fascist movie, he said it's a highly entertaining movie. It's just well put together. So anyway, like it's about like, if I want to break it down, it's like this. How much can you take? How much evil in the world can you take before you have to start pushing back in a hard way or a harder way than normal? And like when the normal police work doesn't work, it's like, who are you going to call, the Ghostbusters? No, we're going to call Detective Inspector Callahan to clean up the streets. But also, I think it's also about, like, obviously they're talking about, like, although I think they exaggerated, as me and Jeff and John, everybody talked about, that sometimes the system is broken. It doesn't work. Like Bruce said earlier, the system doesn't work for everybody all the time. And so it's kind of like, what would you do if you were Haley Callahan and there was a young lady that was buried alive? How far would you go to save her life? And it's an interesting question. It's kind of a moral, the movie kind of is a moral quandary. As much as you don't like the character, how far would you be willing to go to save a life? We know how far Detective Callahan will go.
I'd step on his leg.
Yeah, I mean, he would have done worse than that to him, which the guy deserved. If we're being honest, he deserved it. But I don't know. That's all I can think about. Like, that's definitely the theme, is that, and like, how much? I guess if you just had enough, I don't know. Is that? It also, it kind of has this thing. Like I said, do you put yourself in his shoes? Would you have done what? I'll ask all you guys. Would you have done what Callahan did to try to save that girl's life? I mean, what would you have done?
There's no way I could have made that shot with the handgun across the football field and clipped that guy running. I'm just saying, I can say I would have tried, but I probably would have hit a Buick like around the block, like or the grass.
It would probably ricochet, come back and hit me in the legs. What would have happened?
He's like halfway across that field, and Harry's up in the stands. I don't know how he clips that guy. It's a great shot.
Great shot.
Hollywood. That's out.
The other shot where he wings the guy when he's holding the kid. I mean, like, I know he's trying to save lives, but like, it was pretty reckless to shoot at that guy while he's holding that kid with a gun to his head. I was like, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of crazy, but like, he did wing him. So I guess Harry was just. Also, he does that trope where, like, they'll raise the gun and they're trying to aim real hard, and then he'll just drop it, and then he'll go back. Bow! Like, just raise it up real quick.
I mean, look, the next time a bad guy takes a bus full of kids hostage, just jump on the roof. That's what you do. You send the one guy with the 6-shooter, and he just jumps on the roof. That's how you fix that problem.
As far as style structure, I should have mentioned that earlier.
It's the logical solution.
How did he know?
In all the police policy manuals,
Hey, John, how did he know?
Somebody find an overpass.
How did he know to be on that? How did he know he needed to be on that exact overpass at that exact moment?
Right.
I want to know.
Because he told the mayor what route he was taking.
Yeah, right.
He actually tells them, like, what route we're taking. We're gonna have the plane ready.
Okay.
And don't have any cops anywhere near me, or I'm killing everybody.
Oh, that's right.
So that was in it. Yeah. For sure. Dwayne here says, let's see here. Lalo Schifrin, who did the score, also did the music for Bullet and Mission Impossible.
Oh, that's why it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah. Bringing the facts. Thank you.
No wonder it sounded familiar. I was like, this sounds like Bullet to me. I was like,
right.
Yeah,
right, Jake,
I'm done. Yeah.
I figured. Jake, what's this saying to you?
Oh man, it's saying so much. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. A lot of these movies are, you know, a lot of these things, a lot of these movies we watch, right? Despite how old they are, you know, can always be applied to today. You know, regardless of, you know, who's in charge. I think for a mere man, myself, that has no, like, it speaks to the everyman in my eyes, because, right, like, I have no power really when it comes at the end of the day, um, you know, and it does push those boundaries of like, you know, like, it touches a lot of things because I do social work, so, you know, it's tough because it's like, you know, like, how far are you gonna let, you know, the system do its job before it's not doing its fucking job anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that can go both ways, whether it's like for good people being accused of things they're not doing, and for bad people that are doing things that they should have been punished for a long time ago, but somehow, or the money they're spending continues to get them through to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, and it definitely applies to, I like that it's just like a guy who's been pushed too far. He's finally decided to kind of go vigilante somewhat, even though he's like still a cop, right? But he's taken the law into his own hands and kind of plays around with getting away with, doing those things. And that the big one that really hit home was that, you know, at the end where it's like, well, you know, you can't do that to him, right? And now we're like screwed. Now the law is not on our side. Now all of that could put him in jail is now inadmissible, and we can't use that. Despite right, all the evidence that points to it is like, that's not going to work. Period. And it's like those are the things that get, like, you know, people angry about stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, or like, you know, stuff like double jeopardy or crazy shit like that, right? Like, well, if I am proven not guilty for this, I can do it again, and I can't be proven guilty because of double jeopardy type shit.
Yeah. And well, hey, Jake, I kept going, wait a minute. Shouldn't he at least get charged with assaulting a police officer?
Yeah.
Because he beat the crap out of him.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, man. You know, if anything, I would feel that it does touch a little bit of, you know, people really need to take the power back into their own hands at some point. And whether that's, maybe not being a vigilante, but, being more involved with government and being more involved with, like, you know, who they're choosing, or, you know, stuff like that, and actually like playing a part and understanding. I don't know when, like, you know, I don't know when we started working for the government, but the government worked for us. You know what I mean? Or it should, right?
In
But
theory.
yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff that that you could speak on. But I think those are like some poignant points, I suppose, that touch on like both sides of things, and you know, because I mean, despite, you know, I'm not big into like politics or like anything like that, or especially like with my movies and stuff like that. Those are kind of the last things that I think about. But they definitely make a lot of, you know, good points and good things to, you know, make you think, right? And I think part of that is a lot of people don't like to think anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I say it a lot. Like, sometimes I just want the fucking movie to entertain me. But
Well, I
you
think,
know,
you know,
yeah,
I would
go ahead.
imagine somebody doing all your what you're doing, social work, like there's no easy answer and easy solutions to those kinds of things. What a movie would give is the wish fulfillment of an easy answer. Like we're gonna show you the quick and easy way to solve this. Give the guy a gun, let him shoot the people. Like that's the solution, right? And that's escapism, right? That's the beauty that's why this movie functions and is so popular is finally, like an easy answer. We give Harry Callahan the gun and he can kill all the guys. Like real life, it's not real. It's this wonderful escapism because real life, it's hard making those hard choices and doing that and putting in that time and work and still having it fail and all that kind of
stuff. There's a lot of me that wants black and white, but there's a lot of nuance to things.
Sure. 100%.
Yeah. Great point. It definitely comes off as like a vigilante power fantasy in a way, right? Just the dude is fed up and he's gonna take shit into his own hands.
1,000%.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Great points, Jake. John, what would you like to add?
I mean, I'm glad that we were touching on vigilantism, and certainly, like, I think America is a revenge culture. Like, we love. I mean, look, I have a ton of Mel Gibson movies out there, but every single one of them is somebody did something to his wife or his family, and now he's just killing everybody. Like Braveheart, Braveheart. Anybody see that movie where they took his kid and he's like, I'm not paying that ransom. I'm killing you. He's like, I'm just going to kill everybody. Or every Lethal Weapon movie is like, my wife died 30 years ago. I'm still pissed about it. I'm still killing people. Like he made a career out of like, you did something wrong to me and I'm going to do something wrong to all of you now. And we were all like, yeah, Mel, get his ass. Like, and I think it all kind of has some, I don't want to say it started here, but certainly I think this was the like popularizing of this concept of this passion for like, we as Americans, we love the idea that one person can right the wrongs and can fix things. And when we can see justification, right, this horrible villain and this wronged city and this guy who can fix it, we're like, get him, Clint, like give him more bullets, give that guy, he can have another gun, go for it, Clint. And so, yeah, I get it. Like, I think that's the ends justify the means is kind of the big theme here, right? Like killing that guy and saving the girl. I don't care how many like strays the city catches, like we're going for it. Right. Yeah. Like that's the theme. And I think, however you feel about some of that aggression politically, I joked before we went live, like I am a California teacher. I don't know that you get more progressive than my ass, but like, I understand the wish fulfillment of like, God, I wish that there were these easy solutions of like, just mow them all down. Just mow them all down. That's the solution when it's not real. That's
kill them all, let God sort them out. Right.
Yeah. Right. And I think, before we went live, I ran through and I'm fine doing it here. Some of the actors who passed on this film because they were like, this politically doesn't align with me. Because it first started floating around in that days of like John Wayne, Frank Sinatra, Robert Mitchum, those guys. And ultimately they were deemed too old. And the young guys, the Steve McQueens, the Burt Lancasters, even George C. Scott was like, this movie is way too violent for me. Like, I'm not okay with this movie. A lot of them were like, this doesn't align with my ideology. Like, I don't believe in what this movie's promoting. And then Paul Newman was like, you guys are batshit crazy. Like, I'm not making this movie, but you know who you should ask is Clint Eastwood. And he knew Clint Eastwood. So he's like, this is the guy you want. Like, I'm not going to play this part. I appreciate the money, but like, this doesn't align with me. But I think Clint Eastwood might appreciate the vigilante aspects of it. But a lot of actors passed on this because of the morals on display here are really aggressive.
Robert Mitchum and Burt Lancaster were both left-leaning actors. They refused to do the movie. And George C. Scott claimed in an interview with Playboy in 1980, he was initially offered the role, but the script's violent nature led him to turn it down.
Yeah. So I think even in script form, and it went through a bunch of phases, right? The themes were so intense and it was so like, hey, the police should be able to do whatever they can to kill these criminals because everybody it's that Garth Ennis Punisher, let me shoot the skateboarder, attitude. And I think a lot of them were like, this is just, like revenge porn at this point. It's getting aggressive, right? But at the same time, they're like, no, it's written well enough that I think it has this escapism excitement to it. And then ultimately, when Clint got hired on, they threw out all the new drafts and went back to the original, like really hardcore draft that was the one that they had originally started passing around. And of course, for San Franciscans, like they were in the like heat of like this panic about the Zodiac killer and all this stuff. Of course, they wanted an escapism where they feel like there was justice for something that seemed impossible.
Yeah.
Right? If you watch the film Zodiac, they even show, the actor that is loosely based on, Bullet and Steve McQueen's character Bullet. Like, go to the premiere of Dirty Harry and watch it and be like, this movie is ridiculous. Like, this movie's crazy. It's not. It doesn't bear anything in reality, but what it gave the city of San Francisco, I think in some ways, was a feeling like there's guys on the job that'll hopefully fix this, because they were scared of what was going on in their surrounding communities during the Zodiac era. It was scary stuff, man.
Yeah, and they, the scary thing is they may have narrowed it down, but they never ever brought up the justice. So,
Right.
Yeah, it was a crazy dark era. I mean, a lot of the cityscape scenes, like at first I had to look. I was like, is this New York City in the 70s? Like it looks just so dirty and grungy and like the strip clubs in the back.
Filmed in New York.
That would make sense to me.
It's possible. I know that they obviously did shoot in San Fran, because there's that great shot of him under the Golden Gate when they're digging the girl's body up, and they've got like the bridge in the back. It's like, holy crap, what a shot. It's like dawn or dusk or something. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It blew my mind a little bit, because like on the marquee of one of the strip clubs, it said like live nude college co-eds. And then there was like a bunch of like porn posters, and I was like, man, if that wasn't blatant as hell, like,
well, I mean, and they make comments about like, all the gay people in San Francisco. There's definitely some comments on the homosexual culture in San Francisco at the time. There's some homophobia stuff going on here. There's a drag queen that he tries to target. The sniper is like, he's looking at the
park.
Yeah.
It was
and
all
I think
filmed 100% in San Francisco, by the way.
That there's definitely some both of Harry being like, where's the straight lady that I want to hook up with, and the killer being like, I want to target this culture that's happening in my city. They both have those extreme perspectives that are very conservative in some ways on the city, and yet somehow also like they don't ideologically. Harry and Scorpio don't agree at the same time.
Yeah, Rob makes a good point that I was trying to make earlier, but he made it better. Like, I think they're alluding to those bank robbers are all Black Panthers, because they were heavily in the Bay Area at the time, and like they were, even though I think they were demonized a lot. I think they were demonized a lot back then.
Yeah,
especially, but
by many 3-letter government agencies.
Yeah.
Anyways, great points, John. Big Jeff, what's Dirty Harry saying to you, a resident cop?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's an infinite amount of space between reality and
a resident actual reality-based cop.
Yeah. Right. So just get that out of your mind. That's not real. It's not real policing. But to me, it's a it's a big slice of vengeance and vigilante pie. Here you go. And yeah, like you say, there's to me, it's very simple. It's hard to go into detail about it, because I don't think you have to. It's like I said before, it's just building up your protagonist and just creating an absolute demon that no one can find any redeeming quality in. So it's easy to unleash your aggression on them, your frustrations, because in American culture, I don't care if it's the 60s, 70s, 80s, or today, you're always going to have stressed out, frustrated, angry Americans, right? And when they get to unleash their violence on someone and be fucking celebrated for it. You know, who doesn't love that? So I think that's what this movie is. It's just you know, go get your popcorn and sit down and escape. And I mean, it's complete bullshit. It's not reality at all, but that's what a movie is supposed to be, and that's what this movie is. So I don't really look too deep into this movie for, you know, for, you know, guidance, moral guidance, or,
Yeah,
you know,
there's no moral
political
compass. Yeah.
ideology. Yeah, this is just I don't know. This is just a I don't know, a pop culture nugget for you. Enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, classic. Great points, Jeff. Um, Corbidell comic book says here, I can't imagine Newman as Dirty Paul. Wow, the
Yeah.
1970s seemed to me open the gates to any idea you wanted to film.
Well,
Wild West in cinema, probably Seed Hollywood, great film.
that's true though, because like the 70s is like considered to a lot of people one of the golden ages of cinema, because people were able to just put any movie they wanted out there. Do you think Scorsese could have got away with getting a movie like Taxi Driver greenlit in the 80s? I doubt it.
Mm. Yeah, it was a whole new crop of filmmakers, and they were really pushing the envelope for sure. Memo, Obsidian, what's Dirty Harry saying to you?
That maybe he was a chill cop at one point and got fed up with his day-to-day routine and decided to, I'm gonna do shit my way. You know, type of capturing the serial killer and, you know, doing what had to be done. Um, it goes along with a lot of other movies, though. You know what I mean? Of that vigilante cop that'll do anything to get the case done and over with, and then when they're finally done and satisfied, or so-called satisfied, they either quit the job or they find another case to take. So in this one, I thought the ending where he threw away his badge and stuff, I was just like, oh, cool. You know, like, he's done. He's like, all right, I'm done with this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done doing the good, the being the good guy. I just got to be the bad guy. Now I'm done with this, you know? So I think he just got to his point of probably of his career or whatever, you know, like, I'm just going to do shit my way and then I'm just going to call it quits. So that's what I got from it. I mean, I know there was, like you guys mentioned, there was a lot of like stuff going on back then in the 70s and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't there to be, I don't know much about it, but going with how you were saying about the strip club, how they had the signs and all that, there was a part where it said "pussy galore," and I was like, "God damn!" They actually they actually displayed that out in the open like that. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then just the note too at the end where they were reading the note and they didn't want to say the N word, but they'll show the word hella big on the screen, and I thought that was kind of weird, but. And then how Matt said it was like usually the bad guys were like all pretty much black, you know. It's kind of goes with that era, I guess, when you know all that the Black Panther stuff was going on and people, you know, racism and this not racism and stuff like that. So, but yeah, pretty much a cop that got tired of doing the right thing. That's what I think.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, several times throughout the movie, he's just like begging him, like, take my shield. Like, I don't want to put up with this shit anymore.
Yeah, he's like, do you want my star? Like, here you
go. Yeah, great point, man. Again, to me, it's very much a power fantasy. Vigilante, guy's got really nothing other than his job, right? His wife is dead. He has like no hobbies or friends. It seems like he's following Scorpio around on his off time. Like, yeah. And it goes into, I think part of this is through the filter lens of him and the power fantasy of like we were saying, you know, it's a fantasy. We just want to take out the bad guy, right? that black and white, like Jake was saying. Like you don't want to think about that person as a person or why they're doing it or anything like that. You just want that crime, that dirt to be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I remember when I was like in middle school, I was like, why don't they just hire the Punisher or hire some mercenaries to go into the inner city and just wipe out the gangs? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd get some bystanders, right? But for the most part, you'd take them out. But that was my like teenage brain of an easy black or white, solution.
Yeah. Well, another thing I want to mention, I hate to keep talking about this movie, but I was so disgusted by the platform of this movie called Citizen Vigilante of Army Hammer that see this movie right here that we're talking about right now. It's a vigilante movie done right. Even if you agree with the politics of it or whether he should have done what the cops did, what they should have done or not, or Callahan was in the right or wrong, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is the guy that he took out was an irredeemable person that would have killed again if he had to stop it. The difference between this done right and wrong is the Citizen Vigilante, where he just goes around killing anybody that even knew the person that did something wrong, killing the police that didn't, as in his eye, do the job right, and like even killing people that stole a banana at a damn fruit stand because they shouldn't be stealing. Yeah, just like to the point where it's like they wonder why Germany didn't want that film shown. But like the problem is, even with these movies, it don't matter what kind of movie it is. Like it's whether me and John have talked about this when me and John reviewed Fight Club. Some people are going to take a movie the wrong way. That's just the way it is. But like, it doesn't always. I just think that this is a good way. The way they portrayed this was not as bad as I've seen in other films. It's not as exploitative. Is that a word I'm looking for? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's sometimes when the message is packaged in something so attractive, you can sometimes overlook it because the package is, so you're busy looking at like, damn, Brad Pitt's got those amazing abs. I want to be like Brad Pitt in that movie. And then you're like, that guy's messed up. It's the same with like, you're looking at Jordan Belfort or whatever in that Wolf of Wall Street. And you're like, I want to bang Margot Robbie and drive a Porsche too. I should rip off Americans as well. Like,
American Psycho is another one.
Take the wrong message away when you're so busy looking at this gorgeous
like the looks maxer.
You're all like, I want to hold that gun in one hand and shoot the serial killer too.
Also, you can
blow away somebody. That's awesome.
The looks maxers who have adopted Patrick Bateman as their hero.
Right. So I think sometimes the message can get lost. Especially when you're doing it with sarcasm or you're doing it with subtext, and instead you have this gorgeous packaging of Brad Pitt's abs or all that wealth in Wolf of Wall Street or whatever.
Yeah.
Dear kids, don't take your morals from movies.
Exactly.
Probably not a good idea in case you don't have parents, or I don't know.
Yes.
Or
You
even
can
if you have
definitely take morals and extrapolate things out of movies, but like don't make it your guiding thing in life. They're just stories. Please, people, think for yourself, like Jake was talking about.
Yeah.
For sure. Great points, everyone. I think we'll go around and rate it now. Out of 5, what would you give this, Matt?
Well, some of the kind of themes are dated, but when I look at a movie like this, I kind of look at it as a period piece. Okay, it's been so long now that it's like this is a time capsule of what San Francisco might have looked like in the 70s, before any of us were born. It's fair to say, and it's actually a great film. I'm not going to give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.5, just because I love Clint Eastwood. It kind of started a franchise of Dirty Harry, and it's kind of like Halloween. What Halloween did for slasher films, this movie did for the vigilante action film.
Okay. All right. I like it. Strong score, man. 4.5 from Matt. Jake, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'd probably go with the 4.5 as well. I think it was definitely like as Matt said, kind of like a beginning archetype for a lot of other films of that genre. And it was, definitely a banger when I first watched it when I was a wee teenager. Can't believe it's this movie's what like almost 60 years old.
Close.
But yeah, I mean it still holds up, man. There's a lot to like about it. But yeah, I think I give it a solid 4.5.
Nice. Solid score. 4.5 from Jake, and Eric's giving it a 4 in the chat. Anyone out in the chat, go ahead and rate it for us, and we'll put you up there. Bruce is giving it 2.25 out of 5. Damn, Bruce. But hey, we
Well,
want to
He had
hear.
to squeeze out that 0.25 too.
if it's
Yeah.
if it's not K-pop Demon Hunter, he's not going to give it a 5.
That's true.
Oh,
That's true.
okay. This definitely is not K-pop Demon Hunter. No.
But he also comes from a law enforcement background, so he might not really appreciate the escape.
Oh yeah, I can understand that. I can
Uh,
understand that.
yeah.
I'm just joking with him. He knows.
And he's an idiot. He hates Marvel, so you just throw his vote out. You just cast it aside,
Yeah.
We love you, Bruce.
Dwayne gives it a 6.29. Harry Smith and Wesson model.
Oh, clever, Dwayne.
Very clever. Yes. Magnum, for as many times as they said Magnum in this movie, like they should have been getting kickbacks for sure.
I know. I mean, I think Smith and Wesson sponsored the movie or something. I don't know.
Even his hunting rifle was
It was a Magnum. It was.
Yep.
I think it was also a Smith and Wesson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. John, what do you give it, bud?
I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I mean, I'm 4.25 maybe if you're on a good day, but definitely it's just good popcorn entertainment. It's good escapism, good fun, and definitely super dated clothing, music, the whole 9 yards.
Man.
But that's the fun of it, man. That's the fun of watching movies like this.
Yeah. Solid score, John. Appreciate it. Jeff, what do you give it?
I'm torn between 4 or 4.5 because little kid me that when I first saw it would have been like, yeah, easy 4.5. But now I'm watching it and it's like, which I don't know if is that fair to the movie to judge it on today's. I don't know, so I got to go 4. I'm gonna go 4.
I was gonna say this when rating artwork, it's all about where you are in the moment when you're viewing it, right? And
exactly.
as you change, the artwork's changing with you, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
51-year-old Jeff's a lot different,
right?
Especially after a career in law enforcement. But I have to those worlds are separated by so much distance, though.
I mean, it's the same with me. Like the reason I can't officially love Breaking Bad is I'm a teacher and a dad, and that show is exhausting as a teacher and a dad. Like he's just spiraling into like just self-destruction. I can't enjoy it. The same way somebody else might be like, "Oh, Breaking Bad's my favorite show ever." Like it doesn't hit that way for me.
No,
I like the show, but it was kind of a heavy show.
Oh, definitely. Will's giving it a 4.69. Giving it the old bumps
Pop
there.
culture,
Appreciate it.
PCP Army score.
Yeah. Dwayne says the rifle is a 458 Winchester Magnum. That's right. Yeah.
Well, in honor of that, I'm gonna give it a 4.58.
There you go. I like it. I'll allow it. I mean,
all right.
I'll allow it. Who's next? Was it Obsidian?
No.
Yeah.
I would have to give it a 4. Just because that was the first time I watched it and trying to compare. I can't really compare it to the movie nowadays, so solid 4 would be decent, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I like it. Solid score, man. For sure. And Fable is giving it a 4, dated, but can't deny its influence. Definitely. Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to give it, it's a tough one. I'm going to give it a 4.5. Yeah. I loved it. Even on the rewatch, I wanted to watch it again. And yeah, like you guys are saying, like you can't deny its influence, right? Like this is like the prototypical kind of cop procedural and vigilante revenge kind of thing going on. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think probably out of an average would be at like a 4. So definitely solid score.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It does its
Thank
job.
everybody.
Well done.
It definitely does the job. Yep. Yep. And with style, a lot of fun, and it's a classic, right? Like it's goated. There's so many lines that you'll hear in other movies, or even if a person hasn't seen the movie, they probably heard lines from the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Memo's learning that, like, oh, this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I always loved that
Exactly.
when I was like, when I would find a movie and I'd watch it and I'd be like, oh man, so that's where that reference was from.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I'll probably go around the horn here and say what we got coming up next. Matt, what you got coming up?
Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, Actionfest 2026 continues, but I'm going to review Iron Eagle, starring Louis Gossett Jr., the late great Louis Gossett Jr., and what's his name, Jason Gedrick. Looking forward to it. We'll have another all-star panel. If anybody here wants to be on it that's not on it, I can squeeze you in. If it's more than 6, I don't care. But like, we'll work it out. But look, I almost like, as a kid, I almost liked Iron Eagle more than I did Top Gun. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. But because I had a fantasy, like I wanted to be that kid in there, rescuing my dad in the F-15 or whatever. I guess it was F-16. But anyway, and then I have a video coming out tomorrow at 4. I do a retrospective deep dive on Action Comics issue 775, the first appearance of Manchester Black and the Elite. And the story is titled, What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Probably one of the best single issue Superman stories I've personally ever read. And then Friday, I have a preview coming out for the new Miles Morales series from Marvel Comics.
Awesome.
Flip.
Whip. Yeah. I'll be on Iron Eagle tomorrow. Looking forward to that. That'll be a first time watch for me, actually. I know you've dropped quite a few kind of like preview videos of different books lately. I implore everyone to check those out. Matt does a lot of great stuff with comics, toys, collectibles, movies. Great guy. Check out his channel.
I'm a busy man on YouTube. I'm the hardest.
Yes.
I'm like the James Brown of YouTube, the hardest working man on YouTube.
Definitely grinding. Love it, man. And you bring me along for the ride, so I appreciate you, bud. Jake, what do you got coming up, man?
Oh man, no more Actionfest for me. That's what I got coming up. This is my last Actionfest for this one until Horrorfest comes around. But yeah, it's been a blast. Me, I don't have a whole lot going on currently. I got a couple commissions I'm working on. I always peddle my wares. I got, sketch covers, prints, canvases, blah blah blah. Commissions are always open. Yeah, come check out my page. I do a lot of, I basically showcase my collection, my horror collection, my comics, figures, what have you. And then, when I'm going hard into my artwork, you get to see a lot of that as well. Me and my buddy Spud, we're working on getting our Hail to the Panels baby rescheduled. I will let everybody know when that's gonna debut, where we're just gonna be going over our love for Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2 comics, and we'll be starting off with the original Dark Horse run of Army of Darkness, the movie adaptation. But stay tuned, that'll be coming probably here probably next month, I would assume. But yeah, man, Chad, Matt, Fable, Robbie, it's been a blast, this Actionfest, but it's my time to say goodbye for the time being till Horrorfest.
Glad to have you here, man. You're a great part of it. Add a lot. Yeah. check out Jake's channel on both YouTube. He's got some great shorts up, as well as on Instagram of his process of doing the arts and sketch cards. And as you can see behind him, he's got lots of sketch covers, original arts, and print. Please check him out, sub him up, follow, all that good stuff.
I'd appreciate
Thanks for being here. Yeah. John, what do you got coming up, man? And
Yeah,
again, thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure, man. This has been a whole lot of fun. I talked a lot of great action movies already through the month so far. Yeah, despite the not liking Kingdom of Nerds at all, he was on my YouTube channel on Saturday. We were chatting Marvel and DC. Look, he's trolling your chat here. This guy.
What? Yeah. He does it better than Bruce, right?
I drop videos every Thursday, so I got one coming up this week about a Catwoman Grail comic that I snagged that I'm super hyped on. And then I posted yesterday my rankings of Christopher Nolan's movies as I'm just sitting in sadness as I have been unable to find 7 hours to go and watch The Odyssey yet. So I hopefully will get a chance to see that at some point. And then I have my usual Saturday morning show coming up this coming Saturday. And then Thursday night, I'm doing a live stream with my man, Magic Lasso. We're talking Silver Age, comics, Avengers, and Justice League of America.
Oh, awesome. That sounds great. Yeah, everyone check out John's channel. He's also on IG. I follow him on there. A lot of great content. And as you can see, he goes deep very intelligently. Check out his channel. It's great having you here, man.
My pleasure.
Jeff, what do you got coming up, bud?
On the 24th, looks like I got Tango and Cash with Matt.
Heck yeah.
And I know we have.
Oh yeah, I'll be on that one.
Is it not your channel?
That's one collection.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're gonna be on Iron Eagle tomorrow too.
Oh, all right.
He's like, am I?
Well, you don't have to. John can take your place if he wants to. Do it.
It's been too long. I don't think I have time enough to see that movie beforehand. I don't think I'm.
Okay.
It's been.
But I know I'm
least
going to
a good
be
decade.
on. I'm going to be on Big Trouble in Little China, but I forgot what day that was.
The 29th.
I think it's the 29th or 26th.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, all that.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Jeff.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Did a great job tonight.
Oh, and I'll be on Robbie's channel for the Expendables. We watched all 4 Expendables, so you don't have to.
Save me the trouble for sure.
Those are good one. Those are good fun.
Yes. They sludged through it, so you didn't have to.
Good job, gentlemen.
The third and fourth one really was a sludge too. Trust me. Slog. I mean, yeah.
Slog. Obsidian Comics. What do you got coming up, man?
Thursday I'll be on Heroes for Hire Club, our comic club with Matt for the Comic Lounge. We're giving away another book. The 31st, I'm on Fables 1 Collection Downs for the John Wick trilogy. Super excited for that. Big John Wick fan. Other than that, I want to say thank you to everybody that supported by letting everybody know that I got my first eBay show this Saturday. But I got a little bit of bad news. The date got changed, and the reason is Comic-Con's this weekend, so my first launch, I spoke with the eBay advisor. He said it'd be better to go live August 1st. Due to the fact that San Diego Comic-Con's this weekend, it's going to be hard for me to get my first launch out on eBay. So I shared this photo with you. I don't know if you want to share it. But there's the date. It's going to be at 5 o'clock on August 1st. First eBay live show. So it's going to be great. If you guys want to tune in, I'll send everybody the link. I'll also put out a master thing on Instagram. So we'll probably do some giveaways, some pretty cheap runs. I'm going to start a couple signed books off at $1, see how it goes, just to, get my first show going.
Okay.
Nice.
So hopefully you guys tune in, and I think
Hey,
everybody. that
I might
supported
actually have some money if you do the show that day.
that. No, I will. I will definitely. But,
Not by the end of the day, though.
That's
but
true.
Cool, man.
yeah, I'll send you the new graphics, Fable. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. But yeah, but besides that, I'm also on Whatnot. I just changed my name to Obsidian Comics on Whatnot. I used to be Memo 420. So yeah.
Awesome, man.
eBay.
Thanks for being here. Everyone, check out his show on eBay Live, August 1st at 5 p.m. Central. So again, thanks for being here, man. I've had a great time. You did a great job on was it Nobody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
had a
that
lot
was
of
a good
fun
movie
doing
too.
that one.
How's it going?
Definitely. I'm gonna throw up if I can. Just trying to bring up the
You put it in the
I put it in the
below that. It's
background.
called media assets, I think, where you're supposed to. I can read them off if you need me to. Let me if I can find it. I got it saved on my phone somewhere.
These newbies over here.
That off, man.
You even YouTube, bro? I'm just kidding.
Jeez, oh man.
Goddamn newbies.
Yeah, right. Well, my
There you
internet is not working a great.
There you
There
go.
we go. There we go. All right. So what we got left coming up is
Never say
Iron Eagles tomorrow. Then Tango and Cash Friday on One Collection Down. Then following Monday is the Expendables franchise over at Pop Culture Philosophers, followed by Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 on my channel. And then the next day is Big Trouble in Little China, and we finish it off with the John Wick franchise over at One Collection Down.
Awesome.
It's going to be epic. It's I can't believe it's went by so fast. Like, it's been fun. I almost feel like doing more Actionfest in August on my channel, but I'm going to be doing a bunch of. We're doing Westerns month. So if anybody wants to get in on that, we're reviewing The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Once Upon a Time in the West, Outlaw Josie Wells, and The Wild Bunch by Sam Peckinpah.
Great one.
Nice. Great list of Westerns there, for sure. All
Well,
right,
it's kind of an honor of my dad. Me and my dad, we watch a lot of Westerns growing up with him.
It's a time-honored father-son tradition.
Yep. Me, it was my grandpa, and my uncle, and my dad. But my grandpa would actually watch the Westerns channel. So Westerns would run all day long. I love Westerns, spaghetti Westerns in particular, but like Gene Autry and the singing cowboy shit, like that just don't hit for me. You know
my dad loved that, and I hated watch that stuff with him, but he loved it.
Nah, I'm good for that.
That's niche.
But I want to thank everyone out there in YouTube land, everyone who's in the chat or watching on the replay. I really appreciate the support. Again, if you could sub up to everyone here and maybe leave a like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. But with that, I have one question for you. Do you feel lucky, Punk?
I feel lucky to have been on a panel of all you guys. I know that.
Same here. All right.